it's going to be feeling the same as the previous game.
Yeah, I think so.
Exactly.
I think TNC will make that adjustment.
Yeah.
They're a good enough team to just be like, here's why we lost last game, here's how we need to adjust, let's execute.
Yep. And that's why the Night Stalker's been picked, really. It's a hero that can, if given the right circumstances, can connect with, you know, does Lion have Finger, does Puck have Cold, does Tiny have Avatos? If each of these heroes have a threat, you have that 1-2 punch, but it's so much emphasis on both these, like Night Stalker.
We're heading over to our commentary duo of OD Pixel and Fogged.
Yes, thank you again, Sheev. Yeah, EG versus TNC Game 2. Looking like another rough one. Does feel like EG's gotten again this really solid stable draft, again with the basis of the Mars and the AA, which they look so comfortable with, and they've got Arteezy on one of his best heroes, the Terrorblade. Owen, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you know, seeing that the Arteezy Terrorblade coming out is going to be pretty scary here for TNC. They've obviously decided to slap out themselves an old big carry for Gabby, the Spectre. Do you like that approach here? I mean, Spectre against a Terrorblade? How did this matchup sort of work out down the line?
It feels like it's going to be hard for them to get the pacing of the game. I feel like EG's got so many different ways to actually pressure buildings, pressure objectives. DK, Shaman, and TB, they're going to be able to hit all these buildings and just get that tower advantage, I feel, a lot earlier than TNC is going to be able to make the moves. But TNC, they do at least have the combo, right? The Puck and the Spectre, I've seen this one actually have some pretty good success when you do pop the double ultis to kill those backline heroes, but it does feel very hard. I think EG's gotten exactly what they want, and I mean, Mars is just looking like the absolute best offlaner, as we've seen, you know, 80-something% win rate across so many games, always allows you to win these team fights. And again, I feel like EG's got the team fight advantage with this draft.
Okay. I mean, one thing that they do have, TNC, though, is they have a lot of burst, right? You know, in that mid game, are they not going to be able to cause issues for the Terrorblade and blow them up? Because this isn't a Terrorblade backed up by any sort of defensive, you know, saving supports. You know, is that not going to be something they can abuse, or is there a reason to not be worried about that?
As long as they can find him. I think that's the biggest thing is with these Terrorblades is sometimes you're not even going to be able to get to him. The images are going to be pushing out. And I've been seeing in pubs like this the newer kind of style build like Curtis was talking about, like AY was saying, is this Dragonlance S and Y. And then you actually just go stats. Instead of leveling reflection, you get 1 point of that reflection for the fights. And that's just about it. You max up on those stats. So you get really tanky and you're not that afraid of big burst damage. But we'll see. We'll see how it all ends up happening. Also, reflection in lane, very strong ability. I've been seeing people getting it at level 1 now. We see Arteezy doing that right away. Very good versus Night Stalker, as Curtis pointed out as well. You get the full vision. You know, you pop it on that Night Stalker at nighttime and you get to see everything inside of the fight. So we'll see how it all ends up kicking off.
All right, then looking at sort of the other lanes. I mean, last time round we saw Gabby having a bit of a slow start on the Wraith King. Is that going to be the case again here? Do you expect Crit and Ice and the Shaman Mars duo will be able to pressure the Spectre early on?
Yeah, this is a really strong lane. It's this, look at this base damage, right? 53 on Spectre, 78 on Shadow Shaman. Mars just dominant at being able to not only get last hits, but also prevent the enemy core from getting last hits with spears and rebukes pushing him away. Does seem a bit difficult for them as well. Mid, we've seen this matchup so many times now. Armel, he's one of the players that actually does get the phase shift, as we've seen Miracle. He doesn't get the phase shift in this matchup. He likes going for the brute force. Armel tries to dodge those breathe fires, misses this one, so he will have that damage reduction on him, but tries to play around those breathe fires.
Sure. I mean, it's not easy to dodge, though. You know, it's definitely one of those abilities that, you know, you can definitely try and play for the dodge, but it's coming at you very quickly to the point where you've almost got to predict. And sometimes you can, right? If you're lined up with some range creeps, you know he's going to go for the nuke. You can try and time it, but yeah, definitely a tricky one here against Arbed's DK.
Boomy does get a pull off bottom. It's a single pull, but it is Harpies, so it's a good one no matter what. They also do block the hard camp. Boomy doing a good job of trying to secure Gabby's farm. But we see Gabby already starting to suffer. We see the 3 lanes looking good here in the first 2-3 waves for EG. Meta has been popped, so difficult for the Night Stalker to actually walk up to the wave right now. Tims can't really do much of anything on the Tiny up here until we do see nighttime coming around.
And that is going to mean, yeah, Arteezy having as good of a start as he would hope for here.
Yep. Starts with the upgraded wand right away, since he knows there's going to be some spam coming out from Bach just to secure last hits. You know he's going to use Void to get any type of range creep, so you'll get those extra wand charges. Same thing for Tims. You're going to get extra amounts of heal in case they do go aggressive onto you. And Fly, he'll just play the lane nice and stable with boots. Not really going to be tossed back in too many situations up here. And the Spectre is really suffering. 6 last hits still. It hasn't really gone up at all. As Crit now getting aggressive with Ice. Boomy will be okay. They have to be so careful down here though on TNC. No, he can't get anything. He's going for these range creeps and it just gets denied in his face because these high base damage, and he gets pushed away too. It's you walk up. That's why Mars is so strong in laning phase. He just ruins your carry. Your carry game just starts a lot slower than usual because you're just pushed away from these constant last hits. Boomy actually goes for a different type of play here. He invades to steal away a bounty rune rather than playing inside of the lane. So they will prevent Abed from filling up the bottle on that.
Oh, for sure, but yeah, the 7 CS against the 16
getting nothing.
8 of Ice. It's not likely going to get any easier. I mean, a bit of fortune there for Gabby as Ice does whiff the spear. So Gabby not going to take any harassment.
Yeah, it's every time you walk up for a CS, you get rebuked back. You walk up for the next CS, you get speared away. Does miss the spear this time around, so he will get at least 2 last hits on that wave, but yeah, continuing to struggle while Arteezy gets full free farm versus this Night Stalker.
So yeah, well, overall, as you say, that just on bottom lane, Boomy. He's able to get the stun off in time, so Crit won't be able to follow up with the lockdown.
That was decent.
In terms of
that was decent from Boomy, though.
I mean, yeah, he's able to give a little bit of window for Gabby to attend to the creeps without them looking towards him. Yeah, this top lane is definitely going to be a problem. Arteezy, we saw what he was able to do last game when he had free farm, and on a Terrorblade, it's going to be even scarier. This laning stage going perfectly for Arteezy. 24 and 12, I mean, all 3 of their cores yet again here, EG. The laning setup has been perfect, and so far in these first 5 minutes, TNC no signs of really being able to slow down EG's laning stage.
No, Tim's level 2, just like last game, struggling to find any type of levels inside of the laning phase. Bottom again, Gabby just continuing to get rebuked, speared away from creeps, gets denied. Another range creep from Ice denied. They're struggling down here quite heavily. Is catching up 20 to 22, but you see those 10 denies on the Mars. You see 6 denies on the Shadow Shaman, so they're prioritizing just getting those range creeps.
And again, of course, an excellent game for Ice to set up. Every time having that AA backup, and of course down the line the Terrorblade. It's just that good controlled area that Ice will be able to set up in, and Arteezy can just walk in and do the damage.
Yeah, and we do have to say, you know, for Armel, he is countered pretty hard in this game. It's not like we saw the other day from what Secret did play versus Nigma, where they had like 5 different forms of silences and just fully countering the puck, but he is playing versus DK, he's playing versus Shadow Shaman. These instant stunts can be very problematic for Armel, who does feel like he has to have a pretty explosive mid-game for them to have a shot in it.
Put their eyes over towards the mid lane.
Yeah, they've got the coil and they've got the tiny, so they can actually toss out of the coil to get for that extra damage, perhaps, onto Abed.
I mean, they're going to try it. Here we go with the coil and the toss back into the stun. See if they have the damage. He's still got 12 one charges in a fairy fire. He will pop him as he heads over to the side. Flying Crit turn up. Abed. Another all comes through. Armel still trying to find him. They will finally get him. They do manage to bring down Abed then. And the turn towards Crit. They might even be able to pick up the Shaman as well. Armel's going to have the orb up in a second. Hex comes out from Crit. So Crit can do anything in return. He can't. Nice. Armel gets a second. And have another orb in a moment here if he wants to try and go for Fly. Excellent stun from Boomy. Catches Fly. TNC with some beautiful moves here around the mid as Armel gets the triple. TNC, this time around, this game, they're prepared. And as you said, you know, Armel, he's got to pop off. He's got to hit that momentum. What better way to do it than starting with a triple kill here at 7 minutes around his mid lane?
And I've seen this so much actually from the SEA region that they're really good at using these heroes to break the coil. So Tim's with an excellent rotation, now looking to make the move bottom for Gabby. Ice might be in some trouble here. Another move from Boomy.
Stun comes out. Ice. Yeah, he's gone.
Great stuff.
I mean, yeah, Tim's making the moves. He really is. 1-1 and 2. He set up this action from mid lane to bottom lane. He's diving in. Arteezy's going to turn up. Got the stun out, so he'll be fine. He'll be able to walk this one off, but Tim's definitely making up for the lack of action that was really brought in game 1. You know, we saw a real struggle from Tim's to get the ball rolling as the Earth Spirit in the first game of this series. This game 2 on the tiny, looking pretty damn hot so far.
Yeah, loving the double support rotations. Even Boomy now looking to invade versus crit, get some information, even block out the camp, block out the stack, block out the ancients too. Some nice preparation coming from them. Coil's back up. Tim's looking to play around the mid lane. They secure that arcane rune for Armel and ready to do the same play. If they see the DK form get popped, they're going to go for a toss back again for breaking Coil. Swapping the lanes, Ice goes top to play versus the Night Stalker. Arteezy, as you mentioned, is down bottom versus the Spectre now. Does have to be careful of double rotations though.
Someone's going to pick up some XP here in the mid lane. But you're just trying to play as far away as possible from Bok during the night time.
Oh, he goes for the deny on the warp. He's going to get punished for it.
We'll see down at the bottom as well. EG, they get the kill onto Boomy there. Easy catch and setup as Arteezy able to pick up some action. And with that kill, as you say, over on the mid lane, Arbed seems able to put much pressure onto the tower. They'll have Armel coming in. Armel's going to do his best to hold this push off. And even further back up, they might try something here with Coil, but he's already been found. They get the stun off. We'll be able to get that phase shift and Coil off onto the two of them as they're going to look to try and take this TNC. Gabby coming in with the horn, moves in onto Ice. She's done for. The rest of EG, they've got to run. Yet again, TNC reacting very well here to the aggression from EG on the mid lane.
That was really close too. That was heads up play there from Abed. He cuts the tree to see the puck, gets the stun initially, but he will be able to dodge that spear, so he does end up surviving. Gets the full backup of his team to stop the tower push. They're reacting really nicely to these Elder Dragon forms. That is that big rotation that we're talking about with the level 6s with the Haunt plus that Coil. Fly also being chased, and Boomy's here.
That's looking like a bit of a free kill here for TNC as they catch Fly out on his own.
Very nice.
Some more money into the pocket of Gabby.
Much better moves this game in the early game than last one.
Oh, without a doubt. And Armel, this master tier puck, 3-0-1. He's having the exact start he needs. He's going to get good timing on the Witchblade. And will be able to have the tools to make these early moves. And obviously, ideally for TNC, manage to make some plays onto the Terrorblade before Arteezy's quite ready for it.
Absolutely. All these early type of advantage kills for the puck enables you so nicely when you're playing versus a hero like DK. You know he's going to go for that early blink dagger, so if you get some type of advantage to get a little bit tankier too, like this Witchblade, will help out a lot if he does get initially jumped. Bottom tower will drop. As we mentioned, EG does have a very strong pushing lineup. But looks like they might get a trade top. This catapult wave is on the tower. Gabby and Tim's look like they're probably going to be able to secure it. How's our levels looking? Shadow Shaman is 6. But the AA is only level 4, so they won't have Ice Blast for quite a long time. Boomy?
Well done on here, Ice and crit, but Boomy's going to be able to find Ice. Sets up with the Hex. Arena's going to get dropped from Ice in an attempt to hold them back from chasing, and they're going to turn their efforts over towards crit instead. As they bring down the Shaman, that's the Arena down, and not too much achieved there as Ice has to use it defensively.
Nice smoke break by the Lion. Force that Arena defensively, and they don't have the AA6, so Fly, he's got to find somewhere to actually get those levels so that they can have that AA blast on top, because otherwise they have to commit Shadow Shaman wards with that Mars Arena to go for any type of kill. If Abed's not there, they don't have the damage until AA blast is online. And everything's still blocked over here, as we mentioned. You know, that hard camp from Boomy that he blocked down on the Dire Ancient side, still blocked. Ancient's going to get cleared once, but then it's blocked. That's going to be really big to slow down Arteezy's farm. He already has the Dragon Lance, so he is pretty tanky already, but that's going to be quite impactful, and they're already looking to invade. They've got the Dark Ascension available from the Night Stalker, even if it isn't nighttime. So they are quite powerful right now. Haunt up also in 8 seconds.
Invisibility.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gabby just doing his best to catch up with Arteezy. Arteezy's still in that top spot with as good of a lane at the beginning that he did have, and the fact that he has been able to continue in this 12 minutes to find places to farm that TNC have yet to be able to make the moves into. So some good map awareness here from Artur as he's able to stay completely off the radar here.
They want to punish this up top. Fly's kept this lane steady for quite some time now, getting that level 6 just about done on the AA. They want to go for a kill here. We see the puck rotation, but there's a ward. It is going to be able to spot them out. Fly should be safe.
Fly positioned very carefully. Ideally trying to waste as much time as possible here for the two of TNC. You know, if they're trying to make moves on him, the rest of his cores are fine. ZG, they'll smoke up from the mid. Arbed and Fly. They want to go for a big reveal here with the Blink Dagger pick up on Arbed.
They want to try to go for some big objective. They do still see these heroes in their jungle, though. The ward is going to get dewarded. See which move they make. Is it going to be on mid, or is it going to be to clear out these pesky heroes in their side?
I'll see if they can find EG.
They've got to read where Gabby is.
The big catch.
They were pinging exactly where he does back up to. A ward placed. They do see him.
Wards down, but Gabby.
Oh, Gabby, he's got the read.
Very carefully positioned and getting that dagger out, putting a stop to any blink initiation, and now they're going to come in with a counterplay straight in with the Haunt. They're on top of Fly. They're going to look over towards Ice as well. As they'll drop the arena, try and get out here with a TP, but they have the burst. Boomy's in with the finger. TNC. I mean, compared to game one, a huge improvement here from TNC as this time round they've got a fantastic read on these moves that EG's trying to make. You know, last game we saw EG pretty much get away with everything that they were doing. This time round, TNC, they're having none of it. They're moving in past the tier ones. They're looking towards Arbed. The Shaman wards will be dropped down. Bok is able to get out of there easily with the phase boots, and they haven't got the damage to take him out as Bok. He'll be able to head away from this. Arteezy's trying to close the gap. Arbed, he manages to do so, but now he's jumped into the core setup. Hardal, he's going to turn. Arbed ticking down low the Witchblade. That's Arbed gone. Tims finishes him off with the Avalanche. They'll lose Boomy for it, but Arbed, with that aggressive move to get the kill onto the Night Stalker, does cost him his life there. As again, Armel able to clean up and stay alive here. 4-0-3 on the puck. EG, a move towards the mid. Arteezy with the remainder of this Metamorphosis trying to take down this tier 1. See if Armel's able to push them back. They've got the fortification available. 20 seconds until arena on ice.
Great moves from TNC still. Even though they do lose a couple heroes at the end of it all, they're stopping the push. The mid tower's still alive. They're going to refill the bottle of Armel, coil back up in 40 seconds, and Gabby's getting all the space in the world to catch back up to this Terrorblade. These are really nice moves. And just great reads, like you said. You know, that move from Gabby, like he was 100% aware of them trying to invade, with the way that he was positioned on that neutral camp was just beautiful for him to react, his team to react, him to get the Haunt follow up. Really nice stuff. Looking like a completely different team this time from TNC. Blink Dagger done now for Tims. Look at that. 15 minutes in, super early on. He's going to be able to follow up always with Armel now.
No, I think this is just a huge part of it. All mid. Look at the catch and burst. Bok, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. They've got him. No struggle there with the 4 of them being able to blow up a hero with that Ice Blast. See if TNC's able to do anything with it. They're going to smoke up. Maybe see if they can try and catch EG. After EG's sort of unleashed their combo there.
Arteezy just hard committing here onto this tower. They see that this is the real one, too.
They've got Dream Coil.
They might be able to blow him up with Tim's Blink.
They don't have Finger. Have they got enough alone between the Hex? He's still alive. Arteezy's able to turn. Sunders off onto Tims. Arteezy's fine. They try and make the move, but they didn't have Finger for a good 25 seconds or so. And without that additional bit of burst, they just didn't quite have enough. EG able to keep their cool. If Arteezy doesn't get 100 to 0, he's going to be able to turn the fight around every time.
Radiant are scanning.
The Blink reveal, too, not being successful. They know Tiny's going to have it for the next few moments, and now he's got the Fusel Blade finished on Arteezy, too.
Oh, it's pretty scary. Yeah, these sort of situations now, you know, like just then when they jumped in, they couldn't take him out. Now there's no chance running away. It's going to be a lot of damage coming out from Arteezy and that extra bit of control as well.
You know, I can see why they wanted to make the move with the Blink reveal, but their lineup is really around playing very effectively around these cooldowns. Like this Night Stalker either being there alive or them having the Haunt follow up with the coil. So jumping the gun a little bit there, it's going to hurt them a lot, hurt their momentum that they were really starting to get inside of the game.
Dropping down that little bit of a net worth lead that they had managed to build up with the last few engagements.
Now Arteezy's got a fan brace.
Less than 1k in it.
He's just going to back up and farm on his side. Going to be a lot harder for them to invade. Gabby's got good timing on Manta.
It does, but I guess the game plan for TNC around the Spectre is it looking like they're trying to go for a bit of a slower, more late game ramp up, you know, compared to like Arteezy with his Diffusal Blade BKB. You know, if you go in this Dragon Lance Diffusal BKB is EG's plan sort of to try and close this game up before the Spectre really gets there.
No, I think EG knows they're gonna have to fight back because TNC is gonna just constantly fight around these cooldowns. So I think this approach by Arteezy is absolutely right. He knows they're gonna just all in on him to kill him. So that's the way that this draft works. When you have this Puck, when you have this Spectre, when you have all this burst damage with Lion as well, it's all about deleting a hero instantly. EG's is kind of similar though. You know, they have this AA, this Mars, so it's kind of just a similar fight back. And there is now a lens also on crit, so they have to watch out from how far they can get caught from. Boomy, bit out of position there, will get caught out, but it's just a 5 position. Yeah. Armel has to be very cautious of his position. Aether Lens on this Shaman, max Hex, has to be careful. Tims?
So sort of overall, as you say, Arteezy, even when he has the BKB, you don't think there's necessarily going to be any urgency from EG to start running down lanes to push the advantage. This still very much could be a game that Arteezy's just going to continue to hit the creep, split the lanes up, and play for whatever portion they feel is going to be nice at this match.
Yeah. They just know that they have to fight back because it's going to get forced at sometimes from TNC. They also have a great pushing lineup, so if they're always forcing these lanes in, they're going to get that map advantage. They're going to be able to get these Roshans because they have this easier objective taking with the Shadow Shaman and the TB. Tims. Nice little casual toss. Try to slow down this push.
That's ready to go. Tims is out with a blink inside, but Boomy, he'll get caught in the arena. He goes down. Bot trying to step in here onto Arteezy, but Arteezy's fine. Arbet actually in with a jump stun onto Bok. Bok's in trouble. Hex is out, Bok's gone. Double kill for Arteezy. The tower cleaned up as well as EG get away with the tier 2 push and TNC not able to pull together a defense.
He's so tanky now on Arteezy. Even though he didn't go for the S&Y build, he's got a Vambrace. He's keeping it on the strength Vambrace too. So HP and now, Armel!
They've caught him! Oh. He was out with the orb, but Arbet ready to catch him with the Dragon Tail. As that's a painful one there. Arbet, you know, shutting down this momentum from Armel that's ever so important for TNC. Catches like that, you know, Armel, he just can't let that happen.
No, it's not easy to avoid though with this quick blink setup. Also the Aether Lens on crit to follow up.
And another one! Boomy, he's just standing in range of the blink stun from Arbet. He's straight on top of it. That's Boomy gone. Tims will be able to turn with the avalanche toss to get Arbet away from him. But I mean, just like that, it feels like two sort of unnecessary deaths there from TNC as they just one by one die here to Arbet just being in range with the blink stun as EG stuck around.
And their burst damage is not going to be nearly effective anymore with TNC, as we mentioned. Arteezy, strength Vambrace, but he also now hits 15. So 275 health talent, one of the better talents actually on these carries.
Talent, yeah.
It's huge. Like, he's 2k HP. How the hell do you bring him down now? He's going to get Sunder off in these fights, guaranteed, unless somehow you isolate him completely. He's gonna be saved. He's got teammates to back him up. Game's starting to look a lot more difficult here for TNC. Boom, he's got Blink on the line, so they do have ways to get that straight initiation, but it feels like they have to catch him alone and isolate it, and now he has BKB too. Ice has gone for full defensive, not going for a Blink Dagger, as they have the double initiations with the DK and the Shaman. He just needs to tank up that Terrorblade and his team. Feels very appropriate this game.
I mean, Gabby, there's, you know, in these team fights, he's got to come out with his horn, and once the diffusal's done, you know, delete these two supports. You know, get rid of crit and fly as quickly as he can. And at the moment, that's Tims. He steps in range here. Crit's just able to turn with a Hex setup. Tims, is he going to be able to live through this? I don't think so. Cold Feet's going to kick in. That's Tims gone. Again, TNC just sort of losing heroes here as they're just stepping a little too close to EG. They've got to be careful and prepared with the distance they keep between them. As EG, they have got that catch, and they will punish these heroes being out of position.
And now Roche, easy. They don't even have to commit the meta. Unless they see a fight coming toward them, they can just clear it with these Shaman wards. Abed even pops the ult. He's got the Aghanims already done too. And another health talent, of course, too, is the DK. 400 health talent at 15. How do you burst these cores? Their whole lineup on TNC is about just deleting a hero before the fight starts, and now the 3 cores are just too tanky for them. They have to kill the supports, as you mentioned, but
TNC
killing the Taurs afterwards.
They're coming over, they want to try and go for the steal. Let's see if they can go for any big play here. Roshan falling low, Arteezy committed with a BKB so he can finish the top. Oh, the match comes out! They're going to get him with the jump! Gabby! He's able to snatch the Aegis! Gabby gets the Aegis snatch. Arteezy will be able to still stand his ground, take down Tims. Bok's going to run down, fly on the high ground. Boomy will fall as they're still struggling to deal with Arteezy. Arma's able to jump out of the pit with the orb. TNC, they get something out of this, but they get kills as well. Gabby and Bok, they run down crit. As Gabby, he's got that Aegis intact, ready for the next move. They're able to make that play as And just a bit of a slowdown from the attempt, trying to commit with the BKB, but old Roche, he's got his hands out for Arteezy as he bashes him, slows down the kill a bit, just enough for TNC to have the time to get in and be there as the Aegis drops.
Good old RNG coming into play a little bit there, giving TNC some hope.
Yeah, a little bit of time to play, and they play it perfectly. Gabby's in, and big moves from the Spectre here. 2-0-5, now Gabby's game flawless so far. With that Aegis, the next move that EG would have probably wanted to look for or respond to, if TNC want to play aggressive with this, it's not going to be as easy. They're going to have to deal with 2 rounds of Gabby.
No, and Gabby can now commit a lot harder into the fights with his first life. Just jumping onto the backlines, killing them, and then continue to look to pressure the other heroes. And even though they are tanky, as we mentioned, he does have Diffusal. So at least he can burn that mana pool away to still continuously do damage versus these tanky cores. TNC needed that. EG, still looking to be active. Level 18 now on Abed.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Armel. Ooh, good thing he did not jump to that orb.
Slowing things down a little bit now. Staying on their half of the map. Abed tries with the jump in, pops the Elder Dragon form, but Armel, he's out. He is out, so able to avoid Abed now, whilst this Dragon form has been popped. So another smooth move here from TNC, which will slow down EG's potential a little bit.
Oh, Arcane Rune, but Armel, he gets caught.
Say that, no, Abed, he's able to get on top of it. Armel's got an orb in a second, but the arena is down. Armel, has he got any escape? Will drop the Dream Call, all out to the side. Armel, he's away. Actually manages to make it out there. Looks to be a bit spooky as Abed gets that jump on him, but Armel will make it out alive.
What a madman. I cannot believe he jumps into the river to try to get the rune away from 3 heroes. Thankfully survives for himself, but we'll have to use that coil defensively to get out. They do have Haunt back up in 5 seconds on TNC, but now that coil is down for 50, they probably have to wait a moment before looking for the play. But I do see them grouping up, so maybe they won't wait.
I think they want to do something with this Aegis.
Yeah,
I think even without the coil, I know that they can get to these backliners. I mean, with the BKB and Bot can just charge in and make it very hard for EG to sort of separate themselves from Bot and Gabby getting on top of one of these squishier heroes.
Scan comes out though. They catch it perfectly, EG. Very aware of this move. Arteezy, he's going to ditch out of here. Crit as well. All grouping up around the DK.
The top off here.
Radiant are scanning.
Just leaves an illusion to push out the lane. And it's going to give all that information. Armel can barely even kill this illusion. It takes him quite a bit of time.
It's not going to get any easier with the full butterfly being done pretty much here for Arteezy.
Ooh. And he did max the reflection this game. I guess it is so effective versus the Spectre and the Night Stalker. I've seen a lot of games where they do just put 1 point in it, especially players like Poyoyo. He loves stats, so.
I think you're right. It's definitely circumstantial,
Yeah.
This game, as you say, some good reasons to play with it, and with sort of the action that we have seen. There have been fights. He's been turning up, and his abilities are going to make the difference. See, top lane, tier 2. Will be let on here from EG.
TNC glyphed as well to go for the push. That means they have no glyph for bottom. EG was thinking about threatening something here. They force some reaction, but they will back up together.
Maybe it's sort of the big brain move. They have the Aegis on Gabby. They kind of want EG to try and do something. So maybe they're saying, hey, look at us. Oh no, we've got no glyph. Try and bring a fight to us.
Not too much time left on it though. 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, they better be keeping that in track. Otherwise, that could cause some issues here if they're not keeping their mind on that time. But they're going to try and find something.
They're going to go for it.
The Horde, straight over towards Crit. They've got the illusions in upon him as well. They'll try and turn the lockdown onto Gabby. Crit, he's not going to be able to get out as they take down the 2 squishies. Both supports fall on EG. Armel jumping in with the control onto White Side. Arteezy trying to step up with the BKB as they're stepping back now. TNC Gabby, still got that Aegis available. The high side will be brought down. It's down to just Abed and Arteezy now. Arteezy with no BKB. Gabby, Aegis times out. We'll give him the full health and full mana though, which might be enough to give him the strength to get back in. That box trying to have a look at the 2 of them. It's just down to these 2, Abed and Arteezy. They're ready to try and take them on 2v4. Abed jumps back in with the Dragon Tail, getting in aggressive. Armel's trying to get over towards Arteezy on the backlines. They've got the damage control to take down bot.
Tim's threw him in. What? Oops.
Oh no, he did not. He did not want.
him.
Oh. Oh wow, there you go. You know, Tim's. You got to be careful how close you get to this man. As yeah, next thing you know, you're getting a first-class ticket on the old Tiny Airlines. As yeah, that's a dead box. Dead for 25.
And the two tanky cores, Abed as well as Arteezy, again taking both of the health talents at 20 as well. I've seen more Conjure Image Duration talents, but 8 stats. You can see why this game. 20 strength always on this DK as well. Very effective. Yeah. They're going to be these beasts in the fight that we see that TNC can't really deal with, even if they're isolated, even if BKB is down from the Terrorblade. They still have to be quite afraid of Arteezy and Abed.
I mean, that was, yeah, it was literally, what, a 2 versus 4 situation, and nothing that could be done from TNC. They end up losing a hero. So, yeah, big struggles. And that is going to be a problem, you know, considering as we saw, you know, that the start of that fight for TNC, I think it went exactly how they wanted it to. You know, they get the quick kills on the easier heroes, but then now at this point with how farmed Arteezy and Arped is, it's sort of a question of what's next. How are you actually going to get the calls? Gabby?
Does he get caught? Oh, the stun!
Ooh, that was close. That was very close there. It was between the DK and the Spectres. Gabby just gets out with a TP, but not quite landing in time.
What did he say?
Perfect TP there.
And I don't know what Abed said. They gave him a question mark, though. I don't think Gabby's happy with that one.
Well, hang on. Let me get up the old translate.
Can you translate for us? Was he saying lag or something? Because I see the ka. Usually the ka means a lag,
I'm sure it's something nice. It was something nice. It was something nice. Okay, I'm sure it's something nice. It was something nice. Oh, and it was. I've actually got the translation because I am fluent in Filipino. It was. You were almost there. He was saying he was very close.
Maybe you're saying like I almost got you. Oh wait, something like I get it.
Yeah, it was something referencing how close that was. So
okay.
Some friendly little chat there between the two.
Fair enough.
No drama.
It was very
unfortunately, we love the drama, but it was a nice little bit of ban. Yeah.
Gabby's got to be. He's just sent the Manta illusions out. Crit's on the hunt. He's got the dagger hiding through the trees. DK form ends as well, so they don't have that free pathing to kind of hunt for him here. They're swinging over. TNC is smoking. They've got the Lincolns finished up on Armel too, so he's safer versus these stuns. They find Fly.
Crit as well. Crit. He's gone. Arteezy coming in with the BKB. Each got their best to split up. Instant buyback from Fly.
He's stunned.
They can get him up Arteezy. This time they're surrounding him. And he's not getting any help. Fingers out. Arteezy is gone. Boomy there rolling in the dollars as he's just picked up 791 gold there for ending that godlike streak at Arteezy with the big old finger.
Oh, huge play at Arteezy, perhaps regretting. He popped that BKB so quick inside the fight when they were going in onto the backlines, onto these squishier heroes. Gets caught out. TNC. Very nice moves around the map, and now Gabby's got a Scotty.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's huge. I mean, this is a big window now. A long time without the Terrorblade. TNC getting some good work done here out on the map. So stepping up to be sort of the game that you'd hope to see when you get like the Spectres and the Terrorblade. Now 18 to 18, less than 1k gold in it here. Quite a difference in how the gold is dispersed between the cores, of course, you know, whereas an EG, a lot of it, you know, he's 5k ahead of everyone else. You know, a lot of worth on this Terrorblade, where things are a little bit more evenly spread amongst the cores of TNC.
Yeah, they did get, of course, you know, Boomy. He's got the Philly. He's got the Philosopher's Stone, so he's always going to be getting a little bit more gold than the other supports on the other side. So he's going to start getting pretty rich on this Lion. And Tim's, he's been having a pretty good game besides that one toss where he did kill his teammate. It's been a lot better performance from him.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, he's getting some money to play with. I mean, what's he picking up here with the gold? He's going to E-Blade or what?
E-Blade, I'd imagine, yeah. It's that or he goes Lotus, I would think, versus the Terrorblade, but I don't know what else he can actually go
Lotus
for.
Could be... yeah.
I like it quite a bit. He's actually over Force. All right. Okay. Forcing... Okay. I mean, Force is always good versus, like, this, versus these combos, versus, like, the Hexes and versus
hang on, Boomy.
Boomy. He's got A on disc. He'll be okay.
Easy.
18 to 18.
What's the game plan now for both sides? You know, EG, are they sort of saying we want to sit back, get the Satanic done on Arteezy, or well, how do they avoid sort of situations of that last team fight going the way that they did again?
They just need to get the jumps themselves rather than getting jumped on, which is quite difficult. They will get off the Night Stalker here.
And
he's
the
taken out.
damage box gone.
And it's right around Roche, too.
That's true, it's up and ready. TNC last time came in with a pretty nice steal of the Aegis. They're definitely kitted up to go for it again. Gabby's going to TP back to base, make sure he's full up on the mana. He has got the Haunt to turn up.
He's carrying a Dust as well, too. Very important. Fly has a Glimmer Cape, but that's not going to save him versus this.
EG,
jump forward.
They're going to try and start the fight for the high ground. Arbet jumps in onto Tims. Tims able to force down to the side. There's a cover of the Hawk. Gabby, he's moving over towards Fly. Bok charged in with the BKB straight on a crit. Crit's gone. So is Fly. They get the two supports. Bok trying to get himself out of the range of Arbet and Arteezy. He's up to the high ground. Arbet will find him. Gets in, takes down the Night Stalker. See back over towards the focus of Arteezy. Arteezy getting tossed back into the Hex. Arbet still with that strong Elder Dragon Form, cleaning them up though. Over towards Boomy. Boomy will get burnt down by the Breathe Fire. Dragon Tail down onto Tims. EG, they'll get themselves the stronger hold of this fight as they do not lose a single one of their cores. Arteezy, Ice, and Arbet, again, just proving to be a little too tough for them to take down.
Two supports still dead, though, on the side of EG. Gabby's starting the Roche. They're going to buy back Abed. He's counting bashes again, coming into play, but Abed's losing all his mana. He's completely drained.
He's out of mana. He's not got any one charges either. He's got nothing to play. There's a DD as well in the river. Gabby, he's got DD. Turns over towards Ice. She's just blown up, and Tim's able to deliver him straight into the face of Gabby. Ice is going to buy back, but with this DD, TNC, they're going to attempt to take it down the road pretty quickly. Armel, he's jumping up to Arteezy over towards the side. 13 seconds until the BKB's up. Arteezy can't command on this as Gabby takes down Roche. He picks it all up. They get everything from the pit this time round, TNC. EG get nothing.
Great way of resetting the fight. They're like, oh, meta's down, DK form is down, we know we can continue this fight. And they stopped the blink. I saw that from Tims. Very nice play from him. Abed was trying to sneak in to perhaps go for a stun and steal the Roche, but Tims actually covers it nicely there.
Big moves from TNC around the pit. I mean, Gabby's still less than 1k. Of course, money having to be spent there on the buybacks, but
sure,
the way they bought back and set up to make sure they got everything there, absolutely worth it for TNC in terms of the long term of this game.
You know, Gabby's got the dispersion, so he can jump onto the heroes easier also, without having to use a haunt. He can maybe jump onto these Shadow Shamans or whoever did the last instance of damage onto him. And he's doing such a good job with his micro. I see he's haunting in, he mantas immediately, sends 2 illusions onto crit, which just kill him by themselves, and then he just kills Fly with his actual hero. Then he starts committing for the rest. Really good target priorities coming out from TNC inside of these fights.
Yeah, I mean, sort of as anticipated when these supports were shown and they end with the Spectre, you know, it's very much, it's not an easy game for Crit and Fly to get their job done.
Fly, being pretty sneaky down here. Cheese on the Night Stalker too now, so he's going to be much tankier inside the fight.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So very close game, but that Aegis could be the X factor here for TNC.
I think we're seeing as well, just with the dwindling BKB duration on Arteezy, these fights are definitely getting much more difficult for him. As soon as that BKB goes down, a lot of stuff being thrown around by TNC that, you know, whereas they might not necessarily kill him, it's not very easy for Arteezy to really stand there and do the damage.
No, the Shaman's just dead instantly in the fight, and that's a lot of the disable that EG needs to stick onto these.
Or Tims.
Ice. Arteezy. They see Tims for a second here. They also see Boomy.
They see the two that will Boomy. He's out with a blink, but Arteezy and Ice, they're ready, waiting for him. As Boomy will get caught, they get the arena down onto Tims. Tims. He's going to be able to live a little longer, but EG, I think that there was some hesitance there as they were unsure if maybe TNC were going to come in with more backup, but it wasn't to be the case. TNC weren't able to turn and take part of that fight. And that now is 2 heroes down, of course, both down without buyback in over a minute.
Armel.
So EG, see how much they can get done with this. They're hunting for him in the mid lane.
That was so close. Lincoln's saving his life. And that is a meta committed, though, by Arteezy, so they have to get something big out of it. As soon as these supports respawn on TNC, I want to see them look for the fight.
I mean, how much can EG get with this sort of 2 heroes down, do you think? Anything more than a tier 2?
Radiant's middle tower.
Maybe just forcing some heroes back. The meta, actually, never mind, meta's ending. But they're going to try it.
Let's see how much they can do.
Siege wave.
I mean, they're going to know there's no buyback. I mean, these are the two heroes with some of the bigger setups. See how much they can push in.
They got the second one,
A few seconds left on the other Dragonfall. They've got the push. It's going to get laid down. Boggy's going to try and get in on the fight. Gabby's coming over the horn. They go over towards Crit, but Crit's able to put the BKB. Fly will fall. They've got the control as well. Crit turning with the BKB shackle onto Gabby. He's locking down the Spectre. Crit will still fall, but he had enough control to allow him to bring Gabby down the watch. Gabby is going to be back for round 2 here. The call down on the three of them. Armel controlling them all as Gabby. He turns, brings down Ice. Stun from Boom. He comes out onto the two of them into the Hex. They've got the lockdown onto Arteezy the match as well. Arteezy in trouble. He'll pop the BKB, trying to fight back. Turns with the Sunder over to Boomy. He's back on the full HP, but the bashes are coming out. Gabby gets caught up with the stun from Armel, but he gets Boomy lining up a beautiful two-man hurt spike. Locks down Arteezy, locks down Armel. Arteezy trying to turn with the lifesteal. He's still somehow alive, but they're in with the silence. Arteezy turns to one point. He's able to bring down the Night Stalker, but the Avalanche comes in. Arteezy will fall. The Terrorblade's out of the game. Arbed left alone here against the 4 members of TNC as they're able to push on, and they'll slowly but surely take down the DK as well. TNC, they get the cleanup.
Great pass off from Bach, giving the cheese to Gabby mid-fight. He was going to die otherwise, able to turn it completely there. Whew, they do get the racks. TNC does end up winning that fight pretty heavily.
Money changes hands.
For sure, objective taken. But again, we're seeing that just with the speed that some of these heroes on EG die to sort of jump from Gabby and the moves that TNC can make to the backlines, that there just isn't quite enough backup left alive to allow Arteezy to stand there and stand his ground against TNC's lineup. TNC, at the moment, they are just able to always overwhelm EG in these team fight situations.
Yeah, with the numbers, for sure. Boomy is doing an excellent job this game on the line. During the Satanic of Arteezy, he gets this full Hex off onto him. He also gets a stun follow-up too. Excellent coordination coming out from TNC. Gabby's 25 now.
They're really struggling to kill this Spectre. 8-0-12. Gabby having a fantastic time here. Really struggled, of course, to really just play his game at all in that first game of the series as the Wraith King. This time around, he's in his element. As the mid lane racks, they'll be taken down here whilst Arbed and Arteezy still sit on the sidelines. So, all in all, even with that top racks going down, TNC able to find the racks in trade on top of getting a phenomenal team fight win. 9k ahead now. TNC is that the pressure really building up against EG.
Great team moves. Armel commits. He hasn't really been dying too much in the game. 5-2-11. As we said, he's countered because of this Shadow Shaman, but there is no Shadow Shaman in the game. Crit just dies almost immediately every single time. The BKB did save him for some time versus that first life of the Aegis, but he just gets deleted every single one. Level 25 also on Armel. Starting to look really good for them. Arteezy unable to hold his ground and just dish out enough damage during that one BKB.
Of course, the 7KB will make quite the difference. Now having a means to deal with that butterfly of Gabby. Still, it is just the survivability. I mean, he's able to survive for a long time. It's just not long enough. Well, obviously, between the Satanic and the Sunder, it definitely takes a lot of effort to bring him down. But they are able to do so. And just with the amount of kite and control ability that TNC have, it's not an easy fight for Arteezy to play into as a Terrorblade.
No, stuns, hexes, bashes. We saw Gabby getting a couple of them in that last fight too. Now an E-Blade also on Tim's. Just all these different things that are going to prevent Arteezy from attacking. He's got the Satanic at least to dispel versus that E-Blade if it gets put onto him aggressively, but they've done a great job of controlling him. Smoking up.
Here we go. TNC.
They cleared the area too, so they know there's no vision on top of the smoke. Trying to claim a high ground. Got the Haunt at the ready. They've got everything. Ice. Right into them.
They get in. They're with the Avalanche. Arteezy able to get the BKB off in time. Bog trying to look towards Ice. The finger comes out. That's Ice gone. This Bog, he's heading straight to back. He's moving over towards Fly. Crit turns with the BKB, but they're able to kill him off. Crit's gone. 2 down. Tim's turns with another toss over on towards Arbed. They're trying to chase down Gabby, but Gabby, he's able to get away from the big course, take down Fly. Tim's will fall, but now it's only the 2 left alive. Arbed and Arteezy, can they really withstand this brawl that TNC is bringing them? I don't think they can. A Sunder from Arteezy comes out. He's looking to help out Arbed. It's actually enough. It keeps Arbed alive. Arbed's able to turn. Boomy goes down. EG, they're turning it around here with the Sunder from Artor. The Sunder from Artor keeps EG's hopes alive here in the second game, as it's a triple kill for Arteezy, as Arteezy literally giving his health there to Arbed to allow Arbed to turn, fight back. EG, They finally are able to find that punch back in a team fight, and they do it with just the two of them.
Ah, what a sick play from Arteezy. He's not getting focused at all. They're throwing everything onto this DK. He still has Satanic. He's like, okay, wait a minute. I can Sunder here. Satanic and Lifesteal up. Beautiful execution. After they lose 3 heroes right at the start, these two continue to impress. The 2v4, 2v5 scenarios over and over again.
It's not an easy game for them.
No.
We're sitting literally, most of these, it's Arteezy and Arbed against the world. Ice, fly, crit, they're pretty much dead every single team fight. These two, they've got to play it perfectly together, and we certainly saw a glimpse of that there in that last fight. They need to keep that up. There has to be the best here against TNC, because TNC, they're playing phenomenally. They're getting that advantage. But Arteezy and Arbed, maybe these two, even if they are the only two that are able to live longer than a few seconds in the team fight, maybe they can do it.
Just maybe. He didn't die immediately. That's the important thing too. Him and Fly got their spells off for once in the fight. Most of these fights, they get deleted. They don't get a single thing off. They got the Ice Blast. They got the Cold Feet. They got the Hex. They controlled Gabby for some time.
What about
This is going to be quite a big one as well.
It is.
Having the Aghanims on Arteezy, this Terror Wave, it's going to be a right nuisance for TNC to fight into.
It can be really nice to protect his supports. Just getting rid of these Haunt Illusions from killing the supports instantly, that could be really effective. Also, just frequency of having meta is going to be really nice. Didn't really point out either. They have Spell Prism on Abed, so they have all these crazy stunts. He also has the AoE Dragon Tail during his Elder form now too. So all these illusions that have been kind of overwhelming EG might start to get solved because of all this.
Dire's bottom tower.
Also, Timeless Relic on crit. So if he does survive in the fight, his duration of his disables are going to be substantial.
And I think as well, after that last fight, for the definite takeaway for TNC will be that when it is down to the two of them, there's no value trying to commit on Arbed, right? When Arteezy's there with that sort of Sunder backup, you have to go for the Terrorblade out of the two of them.
It is tough to make that decision, though, because the Breathe Fire is very effective through all stages of the game. He does have the talent now also, so he does have 55% damage reduction. If he does survive, he continues to blow those out. It's going to keep Arteezy a lot more survivable. It's high ground. Serpent Ward's being cleaned up.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Back.
He's in with a deep toss back here, gets the catch on Arbed into the Hex. Arbed is going to get personal on Arteezy again. Is he able to keep him alive enough? Is Arbed still living? He does it once more. Arbed will not die here thanks to the backup of Artur.
The bro plays.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
They won't lose anyone here, EG. They get the objective. Melee rack's done. No lives to be lost as EG. They'll head back now, look to reset.
God, it looked like he died for a second. I got a lag spike. I was like, wait, did he die or was it Sunder?
Close.
He did get the Sunder.
Close.
It was really nicely coordinated by TNC, but again, not getting the disable onto Arteezy. Now they at least know, right? This is where you start to recognize things. You make these mistakes, you start to recognize, wait, now we're going to need some type of silence or hex. If we go for tossback plays, we have to address the Terrorblade, the Sunder plays that are coming in. Meta's still down. There is a Terror Wave they have to worry about, but they're looking to catch something.
Let's see what TNC can do with this timing. Looking to hit EG when they might not be prepared for it. Tims, he's in with a jump combo. Straight away, they'll look towards the back lines. Arteezy turns over towards Bog. They've got the Hex control. Bog's getting locked down here by crit. Bog's gone. The Night Stalker will be lost. EG, they're prepared for the jump and they turn it around. Night Stalker gone.
Armel jumped in. Do they see him? They got a glimpse of him for a second. He's okay.
It's a hard catch unless a blind spear will do it, but no, not going to be the case. Armel into the trees and away.
Tried to catch something there, but all of EG was prepared. Now a full refresher on Arteezy 2. 2 minutes still left on Aegis. They also held the cheese. That was the other thing. Abed still has that one. Since they did use the Sunder play to save him, he didn't have to actually pop it.
Let's see if they can protect this final set of racks at TNC. EG ready to come in hot on the bottom lane.
Full AC coming out on the courier. Abed, they'll spend quite a bit of his gold to tossback play. It's on Arteezy.
Another tossback, but the BKB's out straight away. Arteezy trying to step back over towards Tims. Arteezy now look towards now. Gabby popping the ult. Here's He's pushing in. Gabby's been hexed. They've got the space for the tower to go down. Armel's trying to jump in and push them back. Tims has brought back the call round onto the two of the back lines. Coming in with the horn. They're moving out of fly. Flies out of the limit with the Ghost Scepter. Jump in from Tims. Yet again with the combo onto Arteezy. Arteezy is able to turn. The holds his ground. Tims is going to fall slowly but surely. He's up to the high ground, but the damage is done. Tims will go down. He's out for 110. So's Boomy. Hawk will manage to commit onto crit, but Arteezy and Ahmed, they're full HP. They cannot tackle these two. It's an ultra kill for Arteezy as EG, they'll clean up the team fight yet again. As arm out, there looks to be another catch here. Has he got any fancy footwork that he can pull off? It doesn't look like it, and in fact, there it is. A deserved rampage there for Arteezy after he's had a fantastic few fights here. The saving of his teammates, and it pays off there on the scoreboard. Rampage for the Terrorblade, 22-10 as EG, they're ready to close this one up. There's buybacks available on Armel and Gabby. What can they do? They need something big. Arteezy still with the Aegis.
Last Rack's taken out. They're going to back up. They're going to play it safe after they force the buybacks. Dude, this AoE Dragon Tail talent is absurd. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to hit the real Spectre. There's so many illusions around, but he just clicks stun and it catches the real Spectre every time. This talent's crazy.
Middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, and they're onto the ancient. Arteezy ready to look to try and close this up. In fact, he wants to pick up some more kills on the way out. Turns towards Gabby. The arena's down. They've caught the Spectre. Gabby's out. GG is called as EG will secure this second game. Both the wins going their way here against TNC. Despite TNC